Hi, Bessie. It's really nice to be with you again today, and I wanted to share some things because of late I've had people ask me, "How are you able to lose so much weight in a short time? Like, I knew you when you were chubbier and bigger compared to what you are now." Amazingly, I've also been able to maintain the weight loss. So it's not just about losing weight and your what I want to do today is just to address certain principles that are very important in making sure that whatever weight loss regime you are about to get into, because some of you are about to start fasting, some of you are about to start adding some exercise and fitness routine into your and meal plans into your routine, your daily routine, just to ensure that you lose weight. But a lot of times we get it done the wrong way, and that's why we get stuck. We start up and we run with what it's a new year, it's a new month, it's a new this, so I want to have this, and we just run with that and get stuck somewhere when the motivation dies down. So today I really want to share with you um, some of the tips, some of the things that I've learned, and some of the things that helped me that I know you can be able to. The beautiful thing about principles is that they last beyond, they wherever whoever chooses to practice them, once you apply it, it works for you. That's why I want to share these principles with you. So stay tuned and let's get into it. So, when we're talking about the who, this is one of the most important parts of it for me. The who. When I'm talking about the who, I'm talking about identity based goal set or identity based transformation, identity based living. So, I often tell my clients, and I was also in a session with my mentor. I have mentors. I have a health mentor. I have a financial mentor. I have a marriage mentor. I have like a life coach, general, mentorship. And I was in a session with my mentor recently, and she mentioned she was talking about how our beliefs affect our identity and how our beliefs, and it just struck me. I'm like, this is what I know, this is the truth about it. Your belief affects your action. Your action that is carried out over time becomes a habit, and then your habit informs your identity. It forms it, it informs it, it inspires it, it propagates it. So what you have done over time, I have a habit of, for an example, reading a book a week, a 300 and something page book a week. It becomes an identity for me that I'm a reader. Do you understand? So something that has been carried out over time. And guess what? It starts from within. What do I believe about weight loss? What do I believe about myself? What do I believe about my capacity to maintain my lifestyle? There's so many things that our beliefs are actually doing to us, both positive and negative, that we don't actually take note of. So it's like, for those that are spiritual, you understand that the spiritual world affects the physical world. Now, the invisible is what inspires and creates the visible. So what most times, like I said earlier, we focus on the visible. This is what I'm seeing now, I want to change it, and we ignore that there is an underlying reason why that thing has festered for this long. So like I was sharing in my video on why New Year goals don't work for a lot of people, is that one of the things is that your belief inspires your action, that affects and forms your habit, that talks about, that gives an image of your identity. These things did not just happen overnight. These things are things that have been formed over time. So that person that has over time acquired that much weight, or acquired that much extra flesh on the bones, or whatever has happened to you, or that financial state, or that state of your marriage, or whatever goal, wherever you find yourself, it happened over time. It didn't just happen. So the who is the person that caused this to happen. What was the habit of that person? So another thing when I do the who is with my clients is that I talk about who are you now? That's your real self. Who you are currently. That's your real self. Then where you see yourself going, you see the what, where the what comes in. That's the ideal self. So who am I now? I'm a 100 kg, or I'm an overweight mother, or I'm an overweight woman. That's my real self. What's my ideal self? My ideal self is the person that weighs mental and your emotional relationship with food and eating and weight loss and your body image and self-esteem. So what are the beliefs I've had? Or the belief could be that, because I'm a mother, so I must gain weight because I'm giving birth. I must gain weight. Or if I'm big or I'm small. The real self, where I am right now currently, is that I'm overweight. I want to, or who is my ideal self is that I am on a normal weight, beautiful. The who also addresses who are you now. Do you really, it talks about self-awareness, getting to know yourself now. Who are you now? What's your weight? What's your height? Do you know what your blood, because a lot of times we have high cholesterol in our body and we don't know. High bad cholesterol and good cholesterol is actually bad cholesterol and good cholesterol. We don't know. A lot of times we have a different body type, blood group, and all those things, and we don't have a clue as to how those things affect us. I may have a very good metabolism compared to you. So remember when I was talking about not comparing yourself based on, or we're talking about you now. You. Who are you now? So that particular goal of weight loss, if you want to apply it, who are you now? The truth about it is, when I talk with my health coach, sometimes she reminds me and reminds us that you don't most times, when they say fasting, some people actually combine how men should fast and how women should fast, how people that are 14, 15 to their 20s should fast, and how people that are 40 something should fast, how people that have given birth should fast, and how these things are not, sincerely speaking, you cannot generalize some of those things. Yes, there are general things that work for everyone, but remember, today I'm sharing with you principles that work. When you're able to get to know the who you are now, the real you, your real self currently, because one of the things my mentor was saying is that once you change your perspective from setting the goals and meeting the goals, fasting 40 days, I know people that actually gain weight when they fast, because they've not changed their relationship, internal relationship, their emotional relationship, their mental relationship with fasting and with food. So where they are still at is on the level of, let me do what everybody's doing, until you can change the perspective from the general, which is very important, to the specific, bringing it down specifically to you and how it relates to you. It may be hard you may lose the weight, but it may actually be hard to sustain it. Remember, we're talking about sustainable weight loss. We're talking about sustainable, there's a topic I love so much, sustainable development. So we're talking, you've developed, but let it be sustainable over time. And that's where the who is very, very important. And I'm going to stay longer in this who. So in the second part of the who, join me and you'll get the full perspective